When starting this comedy routine, I opened up my I needed to record. I needed to begin. I needed to put myself on video, and in order to do that, I looked at myself in the camera, started recording, and noticed I looked horrible. My hair was everywhere. I needed to change my shirt, then put on a hat, made myself look presentable. At least I think I looked presentable. You guys can judge me later. But I needed to look presentable because of my comedy stand up. I have a job to do right now, and here it is. The title of it is Sorry for Being Antisocial. Thinking back, I've written so many final assignments and thought every assignment was going to be a hard obstacle to cross. Every essay, every PowerPoint, every test, after coming all the way to finishing an A at Palo Verde College, throughout the years, I've come into contact with so many people, whether it's school, family, community, work. These people know my name and probably can recognize me easily. That only goes one way for the life of me. And also because I don't really care to remember people in general, really. On multiple occasions, a person who knows me will introduce themselves, have a conversation, and meanwhile, I'm inside my head thinking, who the fuck are you? Inside my head, inside this huge head of mine, I'm Professor X, using Cerebro, a machine a telepath uses to find people, just to find out who this person is, who is now telling me their personal business. I believe it is unfair, it is impossible to forget me. I'm not saying I'm an incredible person. I know I'm so called trash, and that's okay. It's okay. But the image of me is hard to forget. As you can see, very ugly. But the image of me is hard to forget. And people are just in awe when witnessing me for the first time. Because otherwise, why is it always, what are you? What do you eat? How do you get like that? No one can come close to the magnificence that is me. But I put up an act and continue the connection I couldn't give two fucks about and say, ha ha ha, I want to know. And of course, I'm not a complete moron. Some people make such a good impression that they're significant enough to make it into my memories. I very much believe our memories will stay with the many classes I've taken with you. Many long conversations after class about pop culture to watching movies for the brief time we had for this semester. You're the only teacher to have assigned a comedy stand up routine as a final assignment. Though Miss Edgerton once assigned a roast or toast speech as a final assignment. Of course, it was mostly a roast, I can say. It needed to be done. It needed to be done. I missed out on a really cool prize at Halloween contest. Really ticked off. The roast had to be done. uh, I want these experiences to stay with me, but the clock keeps ticking and you do not even know the memory is gone. I am not a complete I am at a complete disadvantage. Though seeing me is like seeing Bigfoot. You're not going to forget it. You're going to be filled with so much curiosity, and I might just be as hairy as him. Questions come flying. Questions come flying all the time. What's your height? What's your name? What's your shoe size? When's your birthday? What's your social security number? Like, whoa. I hate this tsunami of questions that happen every conversation. I feel like an exhibit on display for everybody to see. Please don't touch me. Please don't come close. Please don't notice me. Please don't at me. Please don't at me. See, but another thing is, I've been told I have an unsettling expression always on me. You look mean. You look scary. Good. Like I said, don't come close to me. Nah, I'm just pulling your arm. Despite being an introvert, I have been told I am very nice, enthusiastic, patient, and considerate. Not so bad for being so called trash. One thing I hate that have also told me is they love my laugh. But it just feels like they are making fun of my laugh. No, no, you laugh just makes me want to laugh. It's funny. My friend told me it was ridiculous too. My friend told me my laugh brings him joy. What kind of bullshit is that? He's just making fun of me. I think it was an excuse to me, but it's supposedly a compliment, so I let it slide. It didn't stop me from laughing. I'm naturally in a laughing mood because I'm always in my head thinking of the most ridiculous possibilities. I said exhibit, but I should be saying circus because whenever my mom introduces me, I feel like a wild animal. First thing when we see some relatives come down from out of town, she wants to introduce me herself and say hi because we have to. We're supposedly family, and we must do that for family. I step out of my cage and give a great roar to everyone. My mom then continues to list either my achievements or my disappointments. And yet the show is not over yet because she forces my brothers to do the same thing, calling out my name. Here is the tiger standing at 300. Oh, here's the monkey standing at 400. That's right, I have brothers, 3 in fact, all standing around the same height. Seeing all of us together is like seeing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in real life. A dope costume I wanted to do for Halloween, but they're pieces of shit, and they thought they didn't want it. It was whatever. I guess could have been a one-time lifetime experience for the photo, but no, it didn't happen. My brothers and I are very much into pop culture, and we often reference funny movies whenever we're into normal conversations. A good example was one where I came home from PE and I was coming into the house and I was all sweaty, and Chago or Santiago sees me and he says, "Why are you so sweaty?" And what I was supposed to say was, "I just got done watching Cops," or "I was watching Cops." Yeah, it was I was watching Cops from Step Brothers. Will Ferrell says that to the other actor. This is how the movie, and it's very hilarious scene. It's a very hilarious movie that me and my brothers have seen multiple times and know like every scene. But I missed the chance, and I said I was at PE. Could have been a great opportunity for a good laugh, but it wasn't. Shaq was very disappointed in me, and he had a right to be. But another time, my brother Lex, he comes into my room, right into here to my closet over there, and I was working on the floor, and he comes in and he doesn't do a movie. He decides to do a meme instead, and the meme was the old lady where she barges in on 2 guys cooking in an area, and she yells in a hilarious voice, "What's going on here?" And one of the 2 guys who are cooking, the one of them looks at her and not to be rude, but he looks funny, and I know him probably inside the video and inside real life he's meant to be retarded, but this comedy stand up, of course, we gotta make fun of people. So I shouldn't care about people's feelings. So I'm gonna continue, and and he just yells out, "Breakfast!" And it's exactly what happened right here in this man's room. My brother Lex comes in and he sees me on the floor doing something weird and he doesn't know. So he said, "What's going on here?" And me on the floor over there, not knowing, not seeing him because I'm inside the closet and he's sitting right here on my bed. And I say, "Breakfast!" all really loud. And he starts laughing, could not stop laughing, and like lays on bed for like a cool minute because he couldn't stop himself from dying for a cool minute. I feel me and my brothers have a good connection, but I know I am not as empathetic as them. And we have a group chat that I hardly ever go into in there and talk, but there is hilarious stuff always being said inside there. We felt the need to have one because at the time some of my brothers didn't live in the same area and we wanted to continue the communication with each other. So we wanted to know what was going on and we would just hit them up on the group chat. So when they come down to visit, they expected everyone to be all up in arms and say hello and give a huge greeting and give a huge hug. But that ain't me. My brother Santiago drove from Coachella to Blythe, and I was right here in my room watching TV, and I hear him opening the front door and enter the room. I mean, enter the house, and my brothers are greeting him, start talking to him for a little while. And I know sooner or later he's gonna come into here wondering where I'm at, wondering what I'm doing. They always got to. And he comes in here sooner or later. So they end up talking outside for a cool minute, just him and my other brothers outside. So I just continue watching TV, minding my own business for a cool while, enjoying it for a while. It lasts for like an hour. I don't pay attention to the time. I should have, because sooner or later he comes barging through my door. Oh,